Please review the disclosures. Nothing written, expressed, or said here should be looked at as investment advice or an admonition to buy, sell, or trade any security or financial instrument. The Lund Loop is for informational purposes only. Hey everybody, welcome to the daily update for Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. Today's going to be a pretty quick daily update because it's my birthday. Shh, don't tell anybody. And before we get into it, I owe an apology to a new subscriber, Ordeal. He has asked us a question here a couple days ago, and I said I would put it in the weekend's AMA, Ask Me Anything, and I just didn't get a chance to. People showed up in town by surprise. It was a busy weekend. I got a birthday thing, so I am sorry, Ordeal. But I will get it out. I'm going to try to get it out today, tomorrow, but if not, I'll for sure get it out for Saturday's AMA. So sorry about that. Hey, we're going to skip that whole Discord promo. Today was a very strange day for me. My account was up tremendously, although the market was down. It was basically due to three names. One, ASTS, which has just been a monster, was up at one point, I think 15% on the day, closed up 12%. So that's nice. Another one was SSYS, which I've got options on. This was a D-man pick from the Discord. And that was a nice move on SSYS, up 12%, almost 13%. And another one that the Ben Khan, gave me a heads up on a while back, airs. And here's what's funny. All three of these names, none of them went to the green watch list because they just didn't set up on a daily. But I've been talking about these things ad nauseum in the Discord. So if you were in the Discord, you could have caught them. All right. So today we had some Powell talking, which sent the market a little bit lower. We were down anywhere from 0.25% to 0.5%, which today sounds like a tragedy these days, the way the market's been going up. What I think is interesting here is, remember yesterday we talked about that trend up day, and we showed the 20 EMA giving that support. We had the exact opposite today. We haven't had this in a while, but this is the example of a trend down day, right? So what are we trying to do? We're trying to get here above yesterday's high. Can't do it. Can't do it again. Can't do it again. We start to fail. We lose the close, and then we see the 20 coming in as the limiter pretty much all day long. Right? Now, these don't always work perfectly, but this is why we key off of the previous day's high, the previous day's close, the previous day's low, and then we use these EMAs, especially the 20. And the point is that if we're doing this, if we're being limited by the 20, and it looks like we're in a trend down day, and you've got a long setup, it's probably not going to work. It's probably going to fail. Especially today if it was in a tech name, because Qs were, Mag 7 were weak today. Now, if I'm looking for green shoots, and I say green shoots because I'm just being hyperbolic. We haven't even hit the 8-day on any of the indexes. But look what happened in the indexes. So we dropped, we had the Powell stuff, whatever. We come down here once, twice, 3 times, 4 times we hold yesterday's low, and we rally a little bit. And that's a pretty nice rounded bottom there. So you could go through, if we're going through theoretical, we're saying, well, Powell just shot his mouth off. This is all we could do. He's probably not going to talk for a while. That gives us a runway to ramp the market back up. Will that happen tomorrow? I don't know. We'll see. Same thing here in the Qs, right? Try to get past the low of the day. Can't. Try again. Can't. Try again. Try again. And we end up with that curve back above the 20. So that's a good spot where we could say, okay, maybe the selling's gone. If we can get back above this, this area here. Same thing if we look back on the SPX. This is what I'll be keying off of tomorrow. Something like, like right there. Just getting back above here. What else? If we look at IWM, didn't even get anywhere near its low. In fact, it's almost at the close. So that's good. And still has that kind of that rounding look to it right there. And finally, the Dow, which, again, quite a ways off of its low. So nothing was able to breach its low from yesterday. They all kind of had a lot of testing of these levels here and held and started to go up. It'll be interesting to see what the futures do overnight, if they start to ramp a little bit or not. Okay, so in terms of the dailies, let's go through them.